I hope you enjoy this interview with Machooch. I know it's not completely card restoration related, but it's nice understanding the effects of UV on paint on cards over time, and was just a fun conversation. We've been meaning to have him on for a while now, so it was a great episode. I do encourage you to subscribe to the Patreon because we have a 2-hour-long Patreon episode this week where Sebastian and I talk about experimental tools and actually do some live restorations on a crease, as well as some indents and things like that. So go definitely take a look at that. And thank you everybody for your support. Lock into the next week's episode because it's going to be a banger. Bye-bye.
Learn to restore Pokemon, TCG, and sports cards here on the Cardboard Alchemist podcast. And now here are your hosts, Giovanni and
Sebastian. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 63 of Cardboard Alchemist. Here's the awesome voice actor that we love the most that does Giovanni himself.
We are talking with Machooch. Wait, is that how you say it?
Machooch.
Machooch.
I always want to say Machooch for some reason.
Dude, so many people say it in so many different ways.
How did you come up
I
with
remember
that name?
when we were in that one FaceTime call a long time, like a couple months ago. I asked, like, how do you pronounce it? You're like, it's Machooch. Everybody says it wrong, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you so you can say it right.
Well, yeah. Nowadays, like the guys at the local card shows all know now. I've already bullied them all into saying it right. But yeah, so Chooch is what my parents call me. It's like a Italian slang. You know, if you guys ever watch Jersey Shore, say, "Hey, Chooch," you know, and then. Machamp was like one of the first Pokemon that I started to like buy heavy on, you know, like the first edition Machamps and stuff, like back in 2020. Bought like 30 or 40 of those. So I don't know. But Machooch I came up with a little bit sooner. It was like a gamer tag. So I probably cross-referenced those and created Machooch at some point. So it's like a
baby Machooch. That's what it was.
It's like a Poly D Machamp type of name, you know, if you can imagine Machamp with the Jersey Shore hair. You know, I was thinking of making that my profile picture at some point. I was like,
a Poly D with his forearms. What was that hairstyle that he had? It wasn't a pompadour. Was it a pompadour?
The freaking hairspray crown. I don't even know what to call it.
One time back then when I had my long ass hair, like long, super long, I tried doing that one time. Holy shit. I had to go through a lot of hair gel, hairspray, and wax.
Yeah. It's like what we had back in the 80s, you know, and like he still has it. Like he still has that timeless haircut. I don't know. He's probably always gonna rock it because that's his aviators, man. That's his, you know, that's his character now that he created, you know. Mm-hmm. So
I just remember one line from Jersey Shore was "Taxi son aquí."
No, dude, there's so many good ones to reference. But yeah, Chooch was like the major one. You know, that's where. Watching as a kid, but yeah, my dad always calls me Chooch, so yeah, that's where it came from.
And then you've been a collector since like before. I mean, of course, like I know you said you started buying Machamps early 2020, but before, like as a kid, you would be collecting as well, playing the games as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so as a kid, I mean, I was raised in the OG Toys R Us days where my parents would take me there, and you had Fire Red and Leaf Green packaged on the shelves, and walking into that beautiful store and getting to see all the Pokemon products. And, you know, Pokemon was just one of the many back then, you know, like, but it was like that one cool game that you always wanted. So yeah, I mean, I remember getting Fire Red as a kid and playing it on my Game Boy by the pool and grinding platinum and diamond and pearl, probably towards the end, and then Heart Gold, Soul and Silver, right? I mean, probably towards 2011 is probably where I stopped Pokemon. Then I moved here to Arizona from Cleveland, discovered in life and all these other things that we get to focus on as a growing boy. You know, I had to put down the Pokemon and start living life in other ways. So dude, I can't imagine if I would have like kept like diving down that road, you know, like collecting Pokemon during that time. Like, I mean,
you know how much money you would have made if you would have still been collecting.
My taste, dude, I would have had great taste. I freaking knew I would have probably hunted the gold stars and all that. And like, well, like $300 for a gold star ray or whatever it was back then. Like, I mean, think about those prices.
Back in the day, they were cheaper because I think pre-COVID, like 2019, 2018, I think you were able to get like first editions for like $500 for a PSA 10. Like the first edition Charizard was $500.
This is the depth of Pokemon was during 2010 to 2020, right? I mean, that's what I feel like. I don't know if I'm totally right about that, but that was like the death of Pokemon. Like that's when it was its lowest, time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dude, prices were super low.
Shit, if I would have gone back in time, I would have bought every single fucking card.
Yeah. I remember stumbling across, I think it was Collector or something, one of those like aggregator type Instagram profiles that post like, you know, this was going crazy or da. But then I saw one that was like talking about Sunfaded cards. And that's when it mentioned you, and I popped onto your profile and I was like, what is this guy doing to cards? Right. I
love what you're doing.
I was blown away by some of the cards you've actually like worked on with this process too, right? The cigar stain Hitmonlee, barely anybody knows about that card. You were saying gold stars. In fact, you said you had a binder full of these things, huh?
Yeah. No, my binders, I've only covered two of my pages. I covered my Mew page and my Gengar page. I haven't even gone over the rest. You know, this is something that I show people at shows, you know, so I'll show you guys that. But with like hardcore errors, I do not sunfade like rare error cards. The worst one I've ever done was a Holo Shift Shining Tyranitar. That was the worst one, but it was super damaged, so I kind of had good reason. So I'll get exiled from the error group if I overstep that too much. So, you know, I do preserve all my errors as well as possible, you know, but all the other normal cards are fair game. You know, I don't really have I kind of have like a Dexter code, right? It has to fit the code for me to do a card. So can't be peeling on the edges. Usually it'll kind of like chip off, you know, if it's a super rare error, I usually don't do that. I used to not do near mint cards, but nowadays knowing how much I can sell them for when they're done, I would like for them to be near mint if I do upcharge, you know, enough. So I kind of have my own system when it comes to selling Sunfaded cards, right? If it's like damage, I'll sell it for less than I would want. And if it's near mint and the color is the only thing that changed, that'll be like the max I would like to get, you know. So I try to be reasonable with my prices and stuff. But for 9 months of work, I mean, it's material costs, you know, I probably use around 5 top loaders per card, heat resistant tape, you know, you got all the time and process towards making sure that nothing wrong happens to the card. So it's a long process. And then you got certain cards like the big cards like the Gold Stars or certain Deoxys cards or Koro Mew, like some of these cards are true one-of-ones and ones that I did, like the Masaki Gengar. That was a card that I got for $250, and I was never gonna sell that. I was never gonna sell that card. Money does not matter a lot with cards like this, especially with the Gold Stars and stuff. Like I'm set on keeping them, you know. So that's also kind of part of the code. If it's an insane card like that, then I'll fade it if I know I'm never gonna want to sell it. But shit, if I were to sell that, like I've had so many people try to offer me and ask me the red Victini is going ham right now.
Yeah,
man. Oh my God.
I saw that. That was like one of your recent posts because I just scrolled way down. I saw it originally like before you, and then months and months later, finally it's done, right? But wow, it almost
look at
looks
the
rainbow.
stats on that.
Yeah,
we got 2,500. It's got 70,000 views not even in a day. I'm like, the Red Victini is one that people. I feel like it's one of the most. I don't want to say it's a hated card, but if you look at the comments, a lot of people are saying that they like it more than the original.
The original color.
So yeah, that's what it used to look like right there, right? And then that kind of changed it up there. So I liked it. I don't take the different phases pictures with every single one of my cards, but like the Gold Star Trico, I got 8 different phases I could put into a post. So that's a very well documented process for the Gold Star Trico. That was a big one for me. But yeah, the red Victini is crazy. I'll never fade that Hitmonlee there. I can't do that one. Got to be responsible.
I stumbled across this post in E4, and I didn't know if maybe you kind of seen this before, but it was kind of interesting because I guess what I'm learning is like different colors react to sun fading differently, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So
it's pretty much basic color scale. If you ever took like a basic art class, if you look at the color scale, right, yellow and blue makes green. If yellow is one of the first cards to fade, once you fade yellow, you get blue. And it's pretty much like once you understand like the color scale, AI can't even process this whole thing. AI has no idea how to produce an accurate Sunfade card. I've tried. It just guess. It hallucinates on the idea of a Sunfaded card. So thankfully, my job's not going to get taken anytime soon. AI can't even fathom what a Sunfaded card will look like when it's done. So, but yeah, I mean, this is all super accurate. I mean, black sometimes turns to blue too. I mean, it's crazy. So we could dive even deeper into this and talk about Team Rocket Returns, Skyridge, Aquapolis, and Expedition are the 4 different outliers here that kind of go against this whole process. Team Rocket Returns turns more blue, actually. Like it has like a lot of it's almost like it was printed on blue understock. Click on that Raichu. This is a good example. So most of that Expedition Raichu here, the reverse holo.
It's in the bottom.
Yeah. So these, I faded this for as long as possible, and it keeps the yellows. So for some reason, these were printed on maybe a yellow understock, or I think yellow is like the base color for like this whole set. So you could fade any one of these Expedition cards, stays yellow. Expedition, Aquapolis, Skyridge, those all like stay yellow. That's like one of the only other outliers, right? Like yellow's usually the first to fade, but in this set, it's like they were printed on a yellow paper or something. Yeah. So yeah, I tried hard on that one. I did the I did the Zapdos too. And that one pretty much stayed like a paler yellow, but I faded that for like 9 months and the yellows did not go away.
This is kind of interesting. Like, is this like process, or is this just like you targeted the yellow to stay on this one?
So we got the yellow fade. So this is what I refer to as a yellow fade, a full fade, and obviously the original. So the yellow fade is when you lay it by a window for a long period of time. Like that probably spent a couple of years by a window, or I don't know. So this one came from New Mexico. The back is faded as well. I'll take it out to show you guys. But this is a crazy card. I bought it for $100. I remember back when I first started my process, I would go on Facebook, and that's where most of these people actually knew me from, like the card shows and stuff. They're like, "Oh, are you the guy on Facebook that's always looking for Sunfaded cards?" Like that's where it all started.
Oh yeah, dude, that's me.
Yeah. So here's this one, right? And you look at the back. The back is yellow. Yeah, this one summons like flies when I take it out. It's cursed. But yeah, it came from New Mexico from a meth house. I don't know, man. It's like a Walter White, type of card. It's a crazy one. I don't know the story. I don't know what the hell they did to it. But yeah, so that one had partial UV versus a full UV to produce that full white ghost fade.
Dude, if I find a gold star, I'm sending it to you. I don't care how long it takes. I want it to be ghost white.
Yeah, I could give you some good. I mean, I think the Celebi, the Alakazam, The Flareon's obviously a great choice. The Gold Star Charizard is the most rewarding to me, I think. That was a big risk, big reward. You know, got to produce a white, you know, plasma flame out of a blue Charizard. Like, it just looks freaking amazing.
So you have one, right, on your page of the Gold Star Charizard?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see my full screen here, but...
Oh, my God. It looks sick.
Wow.
I'm going to find a damaged one. I'm sending it to you, dude.
Yeah. And the back was actually pretty clean, too. I mean, this was a copy I bought for $600 back in 2024. I remember they posted it for $999 on TCG Player. I found the guy that was selling it and just messaged him on Instagram, and I bumped him down that far, I guess. And yeah, that was my first Gold Star Charizard. So I bought another one for $1,500 before shit hit the fan on these. Like now a damaged one goes for like 4,000, dude. It's
never mind. I don't want to buy a damaged one no more. I'm good.
Italian Gold Stars, man, that's the way to go. Short print run. They look nice. They got unique borders. You could still get a Gold Star Charizard like MP for $1,500, like if it's Italian. And you know, if everyone wants to talk about the rules of population and print run numbers and stuff, like the Italian Gold Stars, the German ones, like those were printed like a fraction of what the English was. Like the English was produced like in such high numbers. Everyone wants to talk about how limited cards are. Like they're, in reality, there's hundreds of thousands of these, you know. Italian ones were printed for, you know, little freaking villages there, you know, like there's not that many.
Now, a Rayquaza Gold Star English and near mint is like what, like 20K?
Jeez.
Crazy,
probably even more if it's near mint.
If it's near mint, it's like maybe 20 to 25. I think it's around there. Yeah,
the Japanese one's probably around 12. It was a PSA 2, but I mean, you guys could probably fix it up. But it has some deep like scratch. It has like a couple like deep micro scratches, so I know that those can't be fixed, like cuts almost
on the holofoil or on the actual like paint.
It's on the back. I don't know if you've seen like those Japanese bags with like the little like micro
gloss
cuts
and shit. Yeah, I hate those, man.
Yeah, that's what got it a PSA 2. I remember seeing the scans for that Japanese Unlimited Ray, and I remember I sent the money and I thought that it was a first edition. And I messaged the guy. I'm like, wait. He's like, sorry, dude. I'm like, but thank God the Unlimited
is more expensive.
Ended up being a better option. Yeah.
Yeah. So, they say Unlimited is way better than first edition.
Yeah. So, I mean, I paid $1,300 for that when it was, you know, like, and that was a lot of money for it back then. So,
hey, you got your money's worth, bro.
I know. If I freaking ever want to sell it, yeah, this post should have went more viral, high key. But I could probably take better pictures. I'm probably gonna do another photo shoot.
I love the aesthetics that you always do with your photos, bro. It's behind palm trees, beautiful, and then just the cards just at all its glory.
Yeah, I remember when I first got into this hobby and I saw everybody posting the same regurgitated content. And I remember the first time I saw a Sunfaded card, it was like something different. Like my eyes opened into this whole new world. Yeah. I saw a Gold Star Vaporeon that was actually kind of a yellow fade. But I eventually ended up doing it myself to a copy. But yeah, I remember a guy posted a Sunfaded Gold Star Vaporeon on Reddit. And that was really the card that sparked that's what started all this, was a Gold Star Vaporeon. I tried to message that guy, but he was a watch collector. So that was like his only Pokemon post. I messaged that guy for a year straight trying to get this freaking card. And yeah, he never responded. He like went off of Reddit at the perfect time, I guess.
You should have told him, hey, I have a Rolex for that.
Bro, I tried everything, bro. I was like trying to ask Reddit how he could like, you know, cross-reference a Redditor's profile. There's no fucking way. I could never find that dude. So, yeah, whatever. But yeah, if you go all the way down, that's where it started. That was like my first Sunfade post, was actually that Vaporeon. It's a long way down. Good luck.
We'll dig. So I guess on the inverse side of this, like, you know, I always felt like people who keep their slabs hanging out, in front of a window or something like that don't realize that over time that card will fade in there, not on purpose, right? Like they don't want it to fade, sort of thing. And I'm curious on two things, like two questions, because you're obviously the right man for answering this. One, how does PSA or other grading companies take into account sunfade, right? Like in a case where it's like this, do they even slab it, or are you looking at like a 1, or what does that, I guess, look like? Let's start with that question first.
Okay, so we'll go back. So I think back in the day, right, when people used to submit these, they would accept them as like if it was a near mint card, they would probably grade it as like a PSA 7, PSA 6. They would do a 1 on the surface, and if everything else was good, they would, round it up there, Nowadays, if it's something extreme like what I do, it would be authentic altered or authenticated. I think here you go. Yeah, no, you can keep going. I kind of mentioned it in this one up here a little bit. Yeah, that's the Vaporeon here. Yeah, that was what it looked like. Me with my shirt off. Yeah, this is how I get the ladies.
Nice.
10% lady followers. But yeah, no, this is the exact card. Yeah, I tried to get this one for so long, man. But yeah, so authentic altered is usually what it would be graded as. So, but I don't see any other grade that's really fit for it. You do a PSA 3 on it. Like, we're talking custom art cards, So I think authenticated is probably the most appropriate term. So this was something I was thinking of eventually doing, was like pretty much slabbing them myself, like buying empty slabs and pretty much just kind of presenting them that way. So maybe I'll eventually get into that, slabbing them on my own and putting them in a case like this. I got this one from Italy. This is a cool one.
That one's sick, dude.
I've bought them from all over Singapore.
What's strange is, why is the label okay, but the card itself isn't? You know what I mean? Do you think it got slabbed like that? Like they gave it?
It got slabbed like that. Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah. I have this card on me. It's pretty clean too.
Oh, you cracked it out of the slab?
Yeah, I still have it. I actually faded it more after the fact. This is one of my regrets. If you guys want to know anything I regret, is fading yellow fades to white, because yellow fades are so hard to find. You could really only find them in the wild, like they're just tough. Like, cause like they have to go through a specific, amount of like conditions, like sitting by a window for years or something, like slow, even, or uneven fading, right? But yeah, I think CGC would authenticate it. I think PSA is pretty strict on calling them altered. I don't think Tag would even grade them. I think Tag would probably send them back, but Tag sucks. Tag's great, but like in terms of having a art, like a different type of card, I think they're pretty by the book and square, right? AGS was where I got that Trico, the yellow faded gold star Trico. But I'm pretty sure it was faded in that slab too. So yeah, and just to answer your next future question here is like, what slab is the best? Like, I think CGC provides some pretty good protection. But the truth is, you could fade a card in any one of those slabs. I don't think anyone has developed a foolproof, like 100% UV resistant plastic. Yeah, I don't think anyone's really done it. So I fade cards in broken PSA slabs. I'll just toss it right back in there and seal it and toss it out, and it still fades just as fast, almost as fast as a top loader. So and as you can see, I've cracked so many slabs. I got the freaking karate chop here. This was I didn't have a
oh boy,
this is one of my fit, dude. I'm surprised that my hand didn't bust up by doing that.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Hey,
the master,
bro. It was so
that's
good.
Funny, dude. Hell yeah!
I did that at the Orlando Collecticon there. Shit, dude. Even back then, this was an incomplete hollow.
Was this at 2 a.m?
Probably, yeah. It was probably after drinking. I was probably drunk during this video. Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, you want to see a magic trick?"
I know. My friend's like, "Oh yeah, I probably have a bottle opener." Like, nope, I got my hands, bro. Yeah,
that's all you fucking need. Marker.
Yeah. Here's the how to sunfade cards. I never really made a video like that again. I made one recently, but yeah, like this is where it all pretty much started. Like I only had like around 100 cards I was working on. And it was simple. You just put a card into a top loader, but I could tell people how to do it. But is that person really going to spend 9 months doing this? Like, that's where the value comes in, is like, you could find one in the wild already done, but ones that we actually work on it takes time, dude. It takes time. And then you're working on a unique certain card that no one else has done before, you know? So I don't know. There's a lot of cards that are naturally sun faded out there, but there's a lot of cards that have never been sun faded. We have no idea what they look like. Oh yeah, check out this Skyridge. Yeah. So
the yellowing, yeah, you're right. The yellowing stays on.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. Do I have other pictures in there? I think I have that one. So this was a guy in Singapore. So I don't know why Singapore has banger freaking like yellow sun fades like
that
this.
Has like a green tint to it. Yeah,
I like that one.
I know. I love that one. He wouldn't sell it to me, man. It was so bullshit. Well, whatever, dude. I'm just gonna take my losses because a lot of people are just like me that have these type of sun fades and they'll never sell it. Like my gold stars, I wouldn't sell for good reason, is because there's only so many of these. Yeah, I love that one too. I actually faded mine to look like that, and I just kept going. So I'm probably gonna try to get a yellow Charizard here soon and keep it that way. But you can stop it early. You can stop it at 3 months and get that result and call it a day. You know.
Mm-hmm. But if you want the complete ghost, you have to go 6 or 9.
Yeah, usually. But I got a UV light that I'm working on too. So.
It also depends on the variable because I tell them the story, Machooch, of what you told me the other time when it was super windy outside and about to rain.
And here's that Snorlax that you just watched. Yeah. Kind of looks like an accurate, like shiny Snorlax.
Looks sick.
So I was working from home. I used to work at Dell, right? So during that time I would work from home, you know, clocking my 8 hours, but I would leave my cards out during that time too. So I was sitting in this back room, so I'm like across the house to be able to get into the backyard, and I'm looking outside and like the freaking palm trees are like bending, you know, and this is around the time that my boards were like small like this, you know. So they were very much like little airplane wings. Very easy to get picked up by even, 10-mile-per-hour winds, I bet. So, and this was probably like 20 or 30 miles per hour. So I had like around 4 boards out at this time, and I see the tree bending, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I start like running to the freaking backyard, and I go back there. I almost had a heart attack. This was like the most stressful moment out of this whole process, was seeing like 3 of the boards midair flying. And I was like, oh my God. And it's like right by the pool. I'm like, fuck. No. And then none of them fell in the pool. I go and I, pick them up out of bushes and shit. I found 3 out of the 4. I'm like, where's the 4th one? So I start to look on that side of the yard, and it's like nowhere. I start looking over the walls into the neighbors' yards, and it's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I finally look at the other side of my yard. It's like, it flew like 40 yards over the pool, like to the other side of my backyard somehow, and it didn't fall in the pool. Like,
damn,
thank God.
Yeah, Arceus was watching over me that day.
Dude, so remember, guys, if you're ever going to Sunfaded Cards, never do it on a rainy, windy, and don't do it by a pool.
I know. See, rain was something I never had to worry about. And then the freaking wind, dude. So yeah, now I put like 5-pound dumbbells on a corner, and that offsets that from happening. So
do you mess with acetone a lot, or is it kind of rare?
Not a lot anymore, but I actually do have some pretty heavy acetone that I recently bought. So I think I might start acetoning the borders of some of these Sunfaded cards, like with the ugly, like pale yellow borders. I might start doing it to some of those. But yeah, I was trying to do it to a first edition Machamp, and I mean, it was I put in so much work just to get like this amount.
Wow.
It's crazy how much work that takes to freaking get that effect. I mean, spend like 30 minutes trying to do that. So I think like Diamond and Pearl is like super easy. I think you guys want to talk about, actually, I want to talk about this with you guys. Is Neo Destiny like the worst card to try to like rub, like to like try to clean, you know? I feel like Neo Destiny has like the most fragile like light ink. That's something that I noticed, just like cleaning any card. I remember I was cleaning a shining Raichu. I was starting to like, clean the border, and it started to wipe off the paint like right away. I mean,
it just depends on the variables too, because it also depends on the applicator and what are you using to clean the cards.
I was just using like basic water and like a little Q-tip, like a little bit damp. You know, I wasn't going hard at all. It was like super fragile ink for some reason.
Interesting. Yeah, because I've never had problems with cleaning the cards unless like it has happened where if the card is damp or like you know, if it has any type of humidity, when you're trying to clean a card after that, it does make the paint more fragile for sure.
Yeah, I'll have to try it with these others, but
it's fucking sick.
Yeah. Coincidentally, Neo Destiny fades the fastest out of any other card, any other set.
Really?
So that's also why I feel like Neo Destiny is like they just use like super light inks or a different type of ink because no other card fades. I mean, like you can do any type of those shining cards and be able to get some sort of fade within a couple months, probably. Like if I were to tell you guys to work on something that you would want to bang your head against the wall for 9 months, like I think any Neo Destiny was probably good. Are we finally around there? Yeah. So this was the start of my career. This was the start. I used to make like base set videos. I was collecting bootleg. Okay, yeah. So there's the very first post. There's the very first Gold Star Vaporeon post. That was it. Yeah, this was the first, and then you could see the sudden foreshadowing.
But
my toxic trait.
Wanting the Sunfaded Gold Star. That's so. This is what started it all, huh?
Yeah, that was the very first post
about
Sunfading.
That would have been so cool if you got a hold of that too.
I know. Dude.
You never know. You never know. It's funny how the world works. Like sometimes you saw a card and then all of a sudden you're in the wild and bam, you see it again. You know, you're like, that's the freaking card. Like, you know. So I mean, all's not lost.
It's like my story, like the one that I told you, Josh, where I sold the card that I got on eBay, PSA 9 Groudon. I sold it to the shop. 5 years later, it's still there, and I still bought it again.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things like someone got a miscut card from Modern or something like that, and they found the other card that got cut underneath.
I've seen that. Yeah. There's a CGC. Yeah. There is a vendor that has them in a graded CGC where it was one card graded, but then the other half was graded as well, and they both.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. That's so cool. Have you ever seen this? I assume you have. Not that one. Yeah. Sorry. The Skyridge Charizard PSA 10. That was absolutely sun-faded.
It was an eBay auction, right? Yeah. These guys, this is kind of like the shit that I'm talking about. Like this one starts to go mainstream, and you got this guy talking about it. I love that. It kind of looks like the shiny Charmander, shiny Charmeleon. Like, I like those types of yellow Charizards.
Ryan's Card
Level
House.
X ones.
Everybody's sending their cards to Ryan's Card House. I've been hearing that's like the best person to send your cards if you want a good profit.
Kind of have a yellow Charizard here that I bought. It's like a yellow faded Charizard.
Nice.
Base set Charizard. So kind of yellow like the accurate shinies. But yeah, I mean,
you know what? That kind of looks like a yellow highlighter look to me.
Yeah. But you were mentioning kind of one of the first people you stumbled across with the Studio B, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, dude, he's cool.
Interesting. So where's he from? Did he like kind of mentor you a bit in all of this?
So he's in Michigan, and I remember when I first started getting into Sunfading Cards, man, I bought like 5 different Sunfade cards from him, like when I first started. And this was the first card that I bought was a Ancient Mew.
Cool.
So I ended up fading the back of this, the same one that he worked on. So this is like our only card that we both worked on, you know. So he spent 1.5 years on the front. I spent a good amount of time on the back. So, but yeah, I remember messaging him and asking him just, you know, like, what's the basics, you know, and he just told me about the top loader fading method. And I kind of ran with that. He warned me about the penny sleeves fading, you know. If you're to use penny sleeves, it would pretty much disintegrate and like crystallize, and they're horrible to clean up. So I fast forward, I ended up creating a whole board that was like made of penny sleeves, and it was like the worst freaking decision ever. But yeah, so he does a really cool process here, works on a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, does a lot of cool pattern fades. Like I have a lot of people in my comments that ask, you know, like, why don't you tape off certain portions and stuff? And it's like, it's tough to leave a card in the same place for that amount of time. So you got to imagine like you're putting it on a board and you're leaving it outside, and while you're moving the board, the card can shift. So I assume that he puts, you know, maybe a couple pieces of paper under the card to like really press it against the front to get those effects. But yeah, he's worked on some crazy shit. He does like around 1,000 at a time, and he's been doing it for 15 years, I think. He's been doing it for a long time, man. Yeah, he's cool. I message him here and there, you know. We still talk, and he's part of the Sunfade group. So yeah, he's got an Instagram and he posts a lot. Just, you know, I remember the first time I put my face on my profile, you know, like that was where I kind of started to like get this persona or start to like get in there. So he just kind of still posts the cards, but I would love to see him kind of get out there more, because he does awesome work, you know, and very controlled, strict fades. Like he's like one of the guys.
This right here, like how the fuck do you pull this off?
I'm telling you, Josh.
You see that like that maze pattern he does on it, like that. Because honestly, it must be like just a UV light. Like, because if I think about the sun going over and over the card and moving, there's shadows or casting at different directions. Unless, to your point, you're literally pushing that up right to the surface. So
exactly,
or it's on the card. Yeah, that's wild, you know. And I'm sure he doesn't want to reveal too much about it too, because
he's never told me his exact methods or sent me a picture of his setup. Like I show everyone how I do it because it's pretty simple, you know. But it's the time that's the hardest part, you know. But yeah, dude, no, he's awesome. He's had an eBay store up forever.
Oh my god, look at that one.
This is cool. It's like almost like a cracked ice of vintage card.
I know.
Look at the
wish that he would fade the character
one.
too. You know,
go down, Josh. Right there, that one, dude. Look at that fucking art.
Yeah, holy crap! Damn.
Yeah,
that's wild. That is wild. Are you looking to do stuff like this eventually, or are you just kind of staying in your lane?
I'll probably stay in my lane. I mean, you know, maybe I will eventually, but I mean, he's got a whole system for it. You know, he's probably got the 3D printed, you know, like shields and stuff, like specific stuff that no one else has. Like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I've just always had my own taste. I just like the full fade, but I mean, I've still bought a lot of his cards. You know, I do love his fades. I mean, and he doesn't sell them for too much either. You know?
There is some of these cards that just look better than the original when you fade them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this card's crazy. Like I love this. This one in the Victini you did, man. That one's insane too.
I remember the day that this post went viral, and this was where like I saw that sun fading can really get out there, you know, like I think he posted it on X, and then a guy named Nathan, who would eventually come to start doing sun fading himself after this post blowing up, he was just covering it, and he's like, all right, well, now I got to start doing it myself. Like, you probably didn't know, but yeah, his post hit like 2 million views after he covered the covered that card on Instagram. So yeah, I remember, I think it was like 3 a.m. and I saw that post and I bought like 20 Galarian Moltres that night.
Really?
And yeah, because I knew, I was like, dude, this is going to be a major card. And yeah, I mean, like they go for $10, $13 usually. And like I sold every single one of them for $80. And then some other people are getting like $120 offers on there. So the Galarian Moltres takes like around 10 months to fade. It's vibrant, heavy, deep inks. You know, it's like kind of a textured card. It's tough. But yeah, Johnny Crombo, bro. That was a guy that I tried to network with back then. I tried to comment a bunch on one of his posts, and then he blocked me. But that's all right. He blocked me. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I know. He was like one of the only Sunfaders. Yeah, I don't know. Some guys are so weird, but you know, whatever. I sent him a message, you know, saying I wasn't trying to come off that way, and you know, didn't want to come off sleazy or trying to take his followers, you know. But he's got a huge X account, you know. He's got a lot of followers on there, so that's like the only platform that he posts on. Yeah, I've invited him to my group, and you know, I never have enemies, you know. But if they want to be like that,
you're gonna have people like that. You're gonna have people that hate. That's part of that. Basically what's part of it, man. Haters are always gonna hate. They hate you because they ain't you.
Yeah, I think he was scared that I was gonna like try to like take his business. I'm like, I didn't even know he had a shop. But like, I mean, like, I tell people how to sunfade cards. Like, just because I sunfade cards and you sunfade cards doesn't mean that you're gonna put me out of business. Like, I even put Studio B out of business. Like, we don't step on each other's toes. Like, we all do different shit. So, I mean, I've inspired like at least 50 to 100 freaking people at this point to start sunfading their own cards. And you're seeing on eBay a lot of these no-namers posting sunfaded cards for sale. So yeah, now we're going down. So this is where I first started. Yeah. I'm
curious, what's going on with those base set ones?
The gold ones, the gold foil?
Those are the OG bootleg cards. Right? Gold foil. So you got solid gold foil, you got pattern gold foil, and then you got the infamous confetti maker. These were all, these were all cards that.
That's so cool.
You guys see it good? Yeah.
It's like vintage bootleg, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, a confetti bootleg Charizard goes for like 300 or 400 normally, like if it's like an LP copy. Yeah, I mean, they're all, dude, I sold like 10 of them and, you know, sold them for like $750 or $800, like a big deal. So, yeah, I sold most of these to guys that were like just diehard collectors, you know, but I kept a couple. I kept a couple of my favorite Pokemon because I do have a soft spot for these. They just look so nice. And yeah, talk about another limited Pokemon product that was released around the same time as the originals. You know, I mean, this was printed around that same time.
And who made these bootlegs? Was it Mexico? Was it China?
I think it was someone in America. Confetti Bootleg Maker was the one guy, and there was probably some others. But we're not too sure. But yeah, there are packs that you can buy in Mexico and Portuguese. You have different languages. So they must have been like a, multinational business or whatever you call it. You know, they're probably all over the globe.
In this episode, we're learning about sunfading, bootleg cards. Fucking love it.
Yeah, dude, this was the start. This was like where I got like 8 to 10 likes on a post because, you know, like this is my inspiration to anyone trying to get into social media is like, don't just post what everyone else posts. Don't just, I mean, like this is stuff that I thought was cool, but like this was a drop in the freaking ocean, you know? How are your true followers going to find you? You know, now they find you when you start posting your niche, your passion, you know, what separates you from the next collector, what makes your collection special, you know? And that could be, you know, if you collect a lot of Shuppets or Venusaurs or Bulbasaurs or whatever, you know, like why should I follow you, you know? So when I decide to follow someone, they got to be doing something like special. You know, I don't follow just someone that posts pictures like this, you know? You got to be doing something unique, you know? I think that's what separates just a true collector from a basic one, I guess, you know. But I don't know. I guess everyone is. I don't want to sound shallow saying that, but you know, I mean,
it depends what your goals are, right? Yeah, like if you're in it to like grow a business, gain followers, you have to make your own lane. You have to make content that stands out because If it's just to have fun and just to make some content that you enjoy, that's a different story. But yeah, I mean, ripping packs or whatever, 1,020,000 people are doing that, right? Like, and if that's your goal to grow, like that's just not going to work. You got to be special in a sense of doing stuff that no one is. And this is kind of the lane that you found. I mean, how many people, you must kind of be like us where you like, cause we get people all the time. Hey, can you fix my card? How many people daily are like, can you sun bleach my card? It must be insane.
I get a lot of people that ask me about that, and it's like kind of a hard process because like you would have to send me your card and have me have it for 9 months, and whatever happens, right? So I don't offer that service. I probably never will, but I have people at the local card shows that give me cards to fade for them. So that's your way. If you want me to do it, you just send me a card, honestly, and then when I'm done with it, I'll decide, but like I've only done a couple, and honestly people just give me like cheap cards at shows. Like probably every time I go to a show, people just like, oh dude, this will look cool, Sunfaded, and they'll like hand me a card and put it in my binder. Like I'm like, I could pay for it, bro. They're like, they want to contribute to the cause, I guess, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out about that. I've worked on a lot for the locals here, honestly. A lot of the local vendors and stuff.
You are a big error collector, huh? Because very few people know about these certain types of errors. So
I faded that one. That's probably the worst. That's probably the worst error that I faded. That's probably.
Do you saw how that Umbreon you showed me, or no? The Blue Ink Umbreon.
Like this is the error here.
Oh wow!
That I faded. Yeah.
You can't see it as well now, huh?
I know. Yeah, it kind of just blended in, but and this was to like one of the maximum stains too. That was probably one of my biggest sins, but yeah, I got the Vaporeon here. Interesting.
Hey, 1 of 1 though. I mean, how many people have Sunfaded that freaking card? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like no one. That's why it's cool to me. How the heck do you open these slab bags? Where these are? By one of the only cards I decided to keep slabbed. Can I switch my camera? Yeah, fuck it. So this is a cool one.
Yeah, this is the Umbreon he showed me. Where is the blue stains? It's in the front, right? Or is it? Yeah, there it is. Wow. I thought it was pen at first. That's what I told him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but you can see like the ink actually on here. So yeah, we didn't know if this was like a legit error, but I ended up messaging CGC and asking them about it, and they doubled down on their decision that this was a true error. And then fast forward a little later, some other people have found things that are similar to this though. Like there's this that's could be grape juice. Could be an error, but that's kind of similar. It's a similar magenta ink spill, if you will, So, I just decided to keep this slabbed. I don't think I'll.
That's good. Yeah, keep it out.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it in, dude. Just in case.
Well, you never know. Some of these grading companies, they get rid of errors sometimes. Like PSA quit doing incomplete holos because people found a way to fake the funk. So,
I love incomplete holos. These are all my incomplete holos.
Nice.
These are all.
Dude, those are slept on, dude. Like you can find graded holos that are not labeled with the error. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Same thing with the double holo. You can find a lot of errors like that are not as the double holo label.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then, you got like the low star. I mean, it goes from everything from like 10% less stars to like 100%, right? So that's like the real tough part there is like, you don't really, it's kind of hard to pinpoint that. You know?
They call it like mirror basically, right? Where you don't see any stars at all.
Yeah, so that's like the real cutoff, right? If it's like a true mirror holo, it won't show any stars. Like I got a Zapdos that it's kind of hard to show in camera unless you have like a flash.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell most people how to do it is like if you want to find a true mirror holo, you got to like use a flashlight. And so you got to. So funny thing at shows, I walk around with my flashlight on the whole time, and I go over every single card.
I was like, I'm gonna pick that one.
some of the local vendors, like, they like take out their flashlight when I fucking walk to their table. They're like, oh, who am I? I'm like, dude, fuck you. Like, I'm gonna go find an error now, you know? Like, that's what I do. So yeah, I usually mainly go to card shows to go find error cards, right? That like aren't listed. So if they're super obvious, I usually tell them because it's gonna be like blatantly obvious. But if it's something a little less, like, I'll kind of take the win on it, you know? But I think most people in the error community, they don't usually talk about it. They'll just buy a card that's not listed. Some people buy them from PSA. Actually, so this is a funny thing. Someone bought an error card that wasn't listed by PSA, and I think they caught on to it, and they canceled the order.
Wow.
So they must have double checked it and saw that it had like an ink error. It was like an obvious ink error. It had like yellow streaks going across like a jungle hollow. So, I mean, pretty obvious. I don't know how they didn't grade it that, but
speaking about PSA, what do you guys think about their new lawsuit that they're going through right now?
What's the lawsuit? I'm not sure.
So they're illegally charging people. So basically they're upcharging. The upchargers are getting sued for that shit.
I think PSA is just taking all the wrong routes at the moment, if you ask me.
I mean, so it's allegedly it's lawsuit after lawsuit after. They've been going through a lot of lawsuits, bro.
I know, like, people are still going to be hyping them up, bro. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. CGC is still low to grade with. Like, I just don't like that their slab's going to have like a tinted blue look to it. You know,
I've noticed that in some of them.
That's why I haven't like graded my Sunfaded cards, because the white cards will kind of like look a little blue, like what they look like in a top loader. Like the top loaders, like you'll see that small amount of blue in the plastic if they're super white like that. So I might do it with CGC. I think they'll be a little more better about it. But yeah, PSA has gone through so many like shitty situations, and they're still so prominent. I mean, they were like the first grading company, and they're still around kicking, and there's so many people that are diehard PSA fans, you know. But this is a professional sports, you know, like this is a sports grading company. Why are we all submitting to these guys? Like, I don't get it. What do they freaking know about Pokemon? You know, like someone's gonna kick them off the top of the hill someday. I don't know who. I don't know who's got the balls.
I think Tag is really gunning for him for sure, but they have their own, like, that's the problem. All these grading companies have their own sets of problems, right? But the real like problem with PSA at this point to me is the fact that there's not any transparency going on at all about what direction they're going in long term here with all the bullshit that they've changed, right? Nat Turner, who was supposed to speak at Nationals, didn't even go on stage, just freaking bailed on the whole thing. When asked what the hell happened, apparently he was like, oh, there's some operational stuff I had to deal with at PSA. It's like, no, you didn't go out because you already know you're going to get freaking booed walking out there, right? Mm-hmm. Have some balls and go out there and address these issues, okay? Don't just fucking hide behind the curtain like you're fucking like Wizard of Oz or some shit. That's the fucking sort of leadership issues at PSA that are going to cause long-term effects with people leaving that company and starting to grade with other companies.
He is what we call all sack, no nuts.
I mean, he's got a massive collection. The only reason they hired him as president is just because of that. Like, he's a well-known collector. But he's also a purist when it comes to Sunfaded cards or restored cards or just like altered. You know as well as I do what we do as an art. And to be told that it's altered, it pisses me off a little bit. I don't mind if you put something on there that says restored or altered, but give me a fucking grade. Give me a 1 through 10 still, okay?
We would like to see that they'll put restored 7, restored 8, restored 9, restored 10. But no grading company wants to fucking do that. They don't want to be the first.
Or even in the notes, right? I mean, they could just put it in the notes when you actually look up the cert.
Yeah,
you know, if someone's that curious, right? I mean, they can tell.
It's crazy. But that's cool, man. I love this kind of stuff because it's just like you found a lane that, you know, and the acetone thing is so cool to me too. Like, there's so many things like all these artists that draw over the cards and kind of create their own art with the art.
With
Like,
the energy cards, dude. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many creative things you can do. And it's just like if somebody wants to encapsulate that, there's not many options for them. And so to your point, you were kind of talking about something that would be cool if you did something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now in the meantime, we're kind of just screwed, you know? But hey, you know, it is what it is. I hope over time things change and this becomes, and like to your point, people getting pissed off that you're Sunfaded cards and stuff. What's it to you? It's not your card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the same thing with me restoring cards. It's like, listen, it's not yours. Okay, go away.
It's the clients and the clients only. So don't even. What's
dude? You guys want to know my toxic? The one thing that I hate on is people that get a card and they'll bend it on purpose
just for the one
to get a freaking PSA 1. This was a Bellsprout, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But
I remember that was a huge thing.
I hate
back
that.
in the days.
I hate that. That's like the one thing I think I've commented on a couple posts. I'm like, I would never buy a card that was purposely, like obvious creases just to up the value. Like I think PSA should give them like a freaking 2, like a PSA 2 on any card that's obviously bent like that. Give them a 2. Fuck them. Like
they are actually.
Yeah, they shouldn't be giving them 1s.
They're not giving 1s anymore as prominent back in the days.
Yeah, they've been handing out 2s, but
to severely get a 1, you have to like severely like bend the card multiple times.
Yeah. I think you have to cause whitening.
Rub it on the concrete,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so many fun ways. You can scratch the hollow. Yeah.
I always wanted to like put my like initials or something like that, like make creases that actually write stuff would be kind of cool and get it graded, but I haven't tried it yet per se.
Remember that Gold Star Groudon you gave me, Josh?
Yeah.
So when I sold it, by the way, guys, context, Josh wanted me to sell the card. So I sold it for $600, right? And the guy's like, I'm just gonna bend it and just get a crease and get the 1. It's going for $1,500. I'm like, oh, this guy already freaking did his freaking what's it called? He did his homework. He did all this stuff just so he can know, like, to make profit. I'm like, fuck. God damn.
It's so mean,
smart.
dude.
But at the same time, it's sad, right? Like, here we are, damn it. Like, you and me are busting our ass to fix cards, and then people are out there destroying them.
This is the most damaged card I have.
Wow.
I don't think that would get graded. That won't get a 1.
It would not.
Oh, the back is gone. Yeah, for sure.
And this is sitting in my binder, man. This is like a prominent. Cool, how can you even replicate this amount of?
Is it in a perfect fits penny sleeve?
I have to put it in 2 sleeves because it doesn't have any baggage. It doesn't have any cardboard. It's like just the foil. So a little foil and a little light paper. So I got to like double it up.
That's awesome.
So it's a poor son of a gun.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm low on time today, unfortunately, but we got to have you back on. I love talking this kind of stuff because there's just so much creativity here, especially like the whole like idea of overlaying patterns and stuff. You can do some real neat things, but what blows me away is just, I thought me working on a card for 3 weeks or a month was bad. 9 months? Holy cow, that's dedication. A year? You said a year plus sometimes? I mean, sheesh, that's crazy. So, hats off to you.
Man. I appreciate it, man. It's good to see that it's, there's some love that is coming into it. I mean, if you look at some of the actually the Fanatics post, they posted me recently, and
that's who it was.
Dude, it is like 70, like 80% love, dude. There's some people that are hating, but like I think the community is turning around. There's a lot of people that are like calling out people for sounding like scalpers, for sounding like it's just about the money. Like you see that people are starting to see the BS that's happening in this hobby, and I think it's turning around. I mean, just seeing how the reactions were, I was like looking through the comments. I was gonna read some off, dude. It's like some people are saying negatives, but a lot of people are like, "Oh, dude, these are cool. These are awesome.
Yeah.
How can I do it?" it, like calling out certain cards. Like there's a lot of people that like it, you know, and I think it's special. It's something that's out of the box, you know, it's something that they haven't seen. And that's like what I pride myself on is, you know, if you click on my profile, you're going to find something you've never seen before and that you can't find anywhere else, you know. And that takes a level of balls and commitment and, you know, a little bit of grit there. So I pride myself on that. And I appreciate you guys for having me on, man. It's an honor.
Absolutely. No, go give Machooch a follow. You're on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube.
Everything. Yeah, you can just look up You can just look up Sunfaded Cards and you'll find me. Trust me. I practically own the word now.
Heck yeah. All right, let's hop over to the page, Sebastian.
Hell yeah. Later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
My chain, don't you like my chain, man? Young Gucci mine, and I'm popping off the chain, man. And my Jacob is so fruity. Call me Gucci mine, no, you call me Gucci Gucci. My chain, don't you like my chain, man? Young Gucci mine, and I'm popping off the chain, man. And my Jacob is so fruity. Call me Gucci mine, or you call me Gucci Gucci. I came to the club just to floss my chain, man. Catch another charge and I'm going to the chain gang. Oh, I think I'm icy. Sold 100,000, eat bologna, sex at White Street. Don't you see how bright it is? City girls and country girls be telling me how tight it is. These girls, they be choosing. Diamonds be so sparkly, they think my chain was moving. My chain is out the chain. Stacked up me some money, budget off and bought a chain. Check the way my chain hang. Gucci, I don't gang bang. All I do is change. My chain, don't you like my chain?